Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. If you notice anything different, I got a mic. So it's nothing but Chris audio here, as well as these new comp headphones. It's so aura, bruh. It's so aura. Ah, what I would say is, hey guys, I hope y'all have been doing awesome. I was serious about uploading these videos, really, because I think just people need to hear some things. If it's obviously in God's will for them to be heard, if they don't, it's okay. Along the lines, they'll find it. But okay. Today we're gonna talk about why most people don't chase their dreams. Why most people don't chase their dreams. It's it's quite a topic, I will say, because there is nothing sadder than wasted potential. There's not. So before we get this started, first off, grab some pen and paper, because who knows if this will help you, along the way. You'll be like, you know what? That's something I need to write down. Or maybe just taking that first step, like, okay, this is gonna be my why, such and such. And also, what's up? My name is Elijah. For those who don't know me, I'm starting to make YouTube videos where I'm kind of just yapping about things, like whether it pertains to like self-help, God, trading. I'll be doing more content on that, or even just things like, that I like, that I just want to talk about, because I believe in diversity. You don't got to be stuck to one thing, because to put a personality or to put someone to one thing and one thing only is unrealistic. I feel if you're gonna like somebody, you gotta see all the parts of them. But let's go ahead. Let's start getting into this. So one of the first reasons why most people don't chase their dreams is because they don't take that first step. The most simplest thing ever, just actually trying, actually doing it. And you know, it's not the most crazy fear in the world, but it's definitely one of the ones that creates the most regret and that backtracks you more than it should. Because you have to understand that the only way you're going to be able to walk from point A to point B is if you actually just keep walking and put one foot in front of the other. That's the only way you're going to get anywhere. And that could be whether you want to start working out, whether you want to start a new business, start a new hobby, or even if you're in school, you got to keep showing up. You got to keep going. You got to show up day after day even if you don't get it. And so um why most people probably don't do this is just the fear. The fear of like, oh, what if it doesn't work out, or oh, what are people going to think about me? That should be the last thing on your mind. And I am a firm believer, when you start things, don't say anything until like the results show. Yeah, because when you don't tell anybody about the things that you're starting, that you're doing, that leaves no room for people's perception of that thing, or their or that perception of you for doing that thing. Not saying it's gonna be good or bad, whatever you decide to do, but no one has any rights to opinion because nobody knows. So yeah, that's just one of the biggest things. You have to understand that the only way you're gonna get somewhere, let's just say a driving analogy, the only way you're gonna get your wheels rolling is if you put it in drive and press on that pedal. It's the only way you do it. It sounds so easy, and like it sounds so much easier said than done. Like, oh, just do it. But there are genuine people out there who like get paralyzed like out of the idea of like, oh, you start tomorrow, or like, oh, you're gonna start it, you gotta do it. Just do it. Just do it, yo. Cause you know, we don't have a long time to live. So I would hate for someone to have that deathbed regret. Like, if I would have just tried it, who knows what would have happened. And that's one of the biggest mysteries. You don't know. You don't know what's gonna happen. You don't know what would have happened if you would have tried that thing. So don't have that regret. Don't have that. Another thing is for the ones who do take the step and they don't do anything after. They go to the gym for the week. They're like, man, I'm feeling awesome. Drop the pound two and a half. Then the next week they just don't go. They don't do anything after that. And that sucks. I mean, at least for someone you see so much potential in, and like they want to start something, and they do it, and they're doing good, they're getting that momentum, and then out of nowhere they're just done. They're just done. And that's where you have to display some consistency and some discipline, because that's the ability to show up every day, knowing that you're not going to get it right, embracing those mistakes, and be like, you know what, I'm gonna get better. Because I've never heard of a scenario where someone did something, or like you put in their all into it for a year or two or even 5 years, and they didn't get better, right? Because that doesn't exist. That doesn't make sense. It's like Newton's law of motion. Whatever goes in motion stays in motion. Whatever stop has to be met with a more powerful or opposite force. I don't, So basically, keep that momentum. You have to keep that momentum, and that's the only way you're ever gonna get anywhere. So along with that, you have to learn how to operate in faith instead of fear. Fear is one of the biggest drivers. It's one of the biggest things. Fear of, oh, what are other people going to think about me? Or like, oh, what if it just doesn't go my way? Well, one, you shouldn't even have that expectation on whether or not it's going to go wrong, because you should just do it for the love of the game, or just do it because you want to do it, and just take one little problem at a time. Um, for the second one about worrying about other people, you should not worry about the opinions of people who deep down don't care about you. And that's the harsh reality. Deep down, no one really truly cares about you unless it's your parents. Because you have to understand that life happens. We all go through our own thing. So why are you gonna worry about someone's opinion where they're not even taking a second glance at you? They're like, did you see that so and so is starting this thing, or did you see so and so is starting this new thing? Da 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 da. Da. If you met someone like that, they've probably got no life. Cause why are you sitting there worried about other people? And no one really truly looks the other way until you've actually done something with it. And they're like, "Oh, how did you do this?" Or like, "Oh, do you have any tips to get start?" I've always wanted to do it. That's what's gonna happen. So with that, and you know that they don't care, then why? Then that really changes your perception. Like, okay, well, why is that affecting me so much? Because you think about what other people care about you, and you shouldn't. And so that, that goes right back into the fear factor. Like, just you gotta operate in faith. You just gotta put your full fledged faith either in God or something bigger than yourself. And knowing that it all has a deeper purpose, and it all serves something bigger that you haven't reached just yet. That, like, you'd be surprised of fear of the opinions of other people, or fear of things not working out, or fear that it actually will work out. That that's crazy. That catches me off guard all the time. Another one I would say is changing your mindset. People don't want to change their mindset, and not even necessarily change your mindset to how you view a certain thing, but how you carry yourself as well. You have to be able to carry some kind of delusion, but in the good way, obviously. Have the delusion in yourself that everything is gonna work out regardless of what is put in front of you. It's gonna work out, because because there is gonna be situations, but there already has been situations where you're like, man, I don't know how I'm gonna hop over this little hiccup. I don't know how I'm gonna figure this out. And obviously, if you fast forward until today, that's not on your mind no more, because you already overcame it. And the only way you were able to come over that is whether you had to change your self belief, like, you know what, I'm gonna get through it. It's gonna be okay, and then it gets done, and you forget about it, along with every other problem that seemed so big 2, 3, 4, 5 years ago. You have to change your mindset in yourself, and what you believe, because what you feed yourself is gonna be the outcome of what you represent, whether it's yourself, the way you look, the way you speak. That, like, you got to speak life into yourself, because the moment you speak death, you're welcoming you're having these exchanges with the kingdom of darkness, and you're allowing it to have a place in your heart and a place in your mind where they shouldn't be, where God created to say, have faith in me, and I'm gonna make it work because through all things that are deep rooted in God, they're gonna work. Look for the light in things. You have to, because if you don't, then your whole life is gonna be miserable. Your whole life is. And to be fair, I don't know if you've ever experienced, being next or talking or being next to a miserable person. They're like, oh, it's not gonna work out. It never does. Da 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 da. You gotta have some kind of faith in yourself, some kind of faith or some kind of belief in yourself that in the end all things will work out. And if you ever even seen a celebrity talk in an interview or anything like that, the way they not only present themselves, but the way they speak of the things that they're doing, or like the fruitation they had to build to get to where they're at. They're speaking life into themselves. They call it manifestation, but it's really just speaking life into your circumstances and into yourself. Because with that, that changes your perception and your outlook on every single thing that you do, and whether or not you're gonna approach it in a sober state mind, or just out of just straight emotion. And that's so important, because that molds you into a person. Because if things don't work out, you know what, okay, so what? I could either sit here and soak in it, and let everything just get worse and worse and worse, because the power of the tongue is crazy. You speak death over yourself, like, oh, I think I'm gonna get sick, I think I'm getting sick. Oh, you're sick. And the way I avoided getting sick over the year, or over the past 2 years, if I even felt like the slightest bit, I was probably sick. No, I don't get sick. I still haven't got sick. Minor sniffles, allergies, but that's the power of the tongue. So with that, you got to speak life. You got to look for the good things, because only looking for the bad is only going to make your life more miserable. That's just how it is. It really is. Um, the next point I'm going to get to is, be happy you get to make mistakes, because going back to the other points, it just shows that you're trying something. It shows that you're actually going through the journey to get to where your destination, where you want to be. The making a mistake is the sign of effort. It's the sign of direction. Like, okay, you're gonna make mistakes along the way. So why are you so hell bent on not making any? Because if we operate our life as a test, then we're just living in constant fear. Our life isn't a test. It's an experience. That's why you can ask other people, oh, what did you do when such and such happened? They had to embrace that mistake, so that they knew for like future circumstances, but also to serve and help others. Like, oh yeah, do this thing instead. Like, that's why it's so important to talk to people. That's why it's so important to ask questions, and get things wrong. Get things wrong, because that is the most humane thing that you can do. We're not robots. We're not ChatGPT. We're not AI. We're not gonna know everything. So embrace it. Embrace making mistakes, because like, because it's a good thing. It's a really good thing. So why you gotta change what a mistake means to you. Because if you were one mistake closer to winning, and to finally getting to where you want to be, then how many more mistakes do you got to make to get there? Then you would want to make mistakes, like, oh yeah, okay, I want to make more mistakes, because you're going to get closer. So that all goes back into mindset too. You got to change the way that you look at mistakes. Mistakes are not bad. The world teaches you that it's bad, so that it kind of paralyzes you to not try something, or to not be like the other people that currently rule the world right now with their wealth. Because if we knew our potential, and if we knew that we were a few mistakes closer to getting where we want to be, then everybody would want to, would want to get a little piece of that pie that all of them wealthy people got. I'm talking about the wealthy, the elites, because then they'll have no control. They will have no control. Um, there was only one you, and take advantage of it. There was only one you, and take advantage of it. You have to understand, when it comes to chasing dreams, not everybody's dreams are the same. They can be aligned and kind of be like sparked from some of the same things, but success to you is gonna look different from me. And how it looks different for me is going to look different for everybody else. So take advantage of the fact that there is only one you, and make that the key motivation to go for the things that you want to do, because there's literally no one else like you who's going to do it. They're all going to be kind of similar, but it's just you. And that kind of pertains to either you're doing a content, or whether you want to be a successful doctor. You know, it's only doctor and whatever your name is. It's only you. Or there's only one YouTuber, or there's only one occupation that has your name and your personality on it, assigned to it. So you have to understand that, take advantage of your life, and take advantage of the fact that no one can compare to you. So be that person that you want to be. Be it, because that could also be an inspiration to someone else. Like, oh man, that person did it. That person has similar situations to the ones that I'm going through right now. So because he did it, or he she did it, then I want to do it too, right? And that feeds into the possibilities of what anyone can do. There's so many people on this earth, so many. So why are we gonna let the opinions of other people that we don't know of, to affect what life and what outcomes we're gonna have? There's no one like us. So who are they to tell us, oh, well, you're not gonna be like so and so? I don't want to be like so and so. I want to be me. Then it's a different story. Be you. Be you and all the things that you want to do. Be you. Yeah. Be you. Cause there's already enough of everyone else. And so don't care about what other people are gonna think about you. Don't. You notice how it became more popular to be yourself than to be like everyone else? Because when it comes to businesses or content creators, or just anyone you meet, really, you're being sold off of their personality and who they are. Nobody wants a certain product. They want the face who represents it. And the only reason why they even got there, and they could even attach a product to somebody's face, or even attach a face to a product, like, oh, well, I trust this person because of such and such, because they bought this, so I'm gonna buy that too. They're sold into you. But you have to understand that there's only you. So you're your biggest asset. So chase that thing that you want to do. Because most likely when someone thinks of cakes, products, or whether like a YouTube and it's even just slightly similar to you, they're gonna think of you. And that'll probably act as a funnel to reel them back to consuming the things that you create. Or they'll even like recommend you to other people. They're like, oh man, this person's really funny, such and such. They have that kind of humor. Da, da, da. And if they don't like you, it's okay. Some are gonna like you, and some won't. And if you're a good person, if you're you're good willed, and you have a righteous character, and they still don't like you, then that's their problem. Well, it's their problem to begin with, because that someone not liking you should not affect the quality of your life. So be it. Yeah, it sucks having it in the back of your head, but it shouldn't affect you. It shouldn't, because at the end of the day, they're only there for that certain amount of time, and all right, that's it. It's a cycle of life. People come in, people come out, and people come in and they stay. But the only way you're able to find that is you're truly yourself, so that someone can find you and be like, you know what, that's someone worth sticking around. So don't be afraid to be someone else. Well, you can't be anyone else. There's only you. That's it. One thing I would like to say is make a life worth living. And I would hate for someone to be on their deathbed and just have nothing but regret. That's personally one of my biggest fears. But I'm not gonna attach that to myself, like, oh, because I don't really need to fear anything if I have God. But one of the things that that I don't think anyone should go through is being on their deathbed in their last couple days or minutes of their life, and it's just like, man, I wish I would have tried that one thing because who knows where it would have got me. So make a life worth living for you, not for anyone else. Someone can kind of peep in and say, oh yeah, like they did good things, but what is success and what are goals and things for you that would make your life worth living, that would make you be on your deathbed and be like, you know what, I live my life to its fullest. You got it. You got to make a life worth living. And I think some people are scared that not only it'll work out, but some people are scared that what if it does? Then what are the things that they have to sacrifice? What are the things they have to change? What is the identity shift that they have to go through to be that? Yeah, the reason why that's my last point, because that's what everyone should do. Obviously, we're living, we're human beings. It is such a beautiful gift of life. So why wouldn't we take our God-given creation and make it something so that we know we enjoyed it because it's ours? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't. Um, that's enough of my tangent, really. Yeah, I just want to come on here and I just want to serve people. I would like to whether motivate someone or just spread a little bit of wisdom, because at the end of the day I'm learning too. All these little things that I wrote down are little things that I've noticed in a little pattern in my life of things that I've experienced, dealt with, or even I've seen other people, because I also take that into account as well. But like I said, chase your dreams, because we only have one life and it's ours. So don't don't waste that. Don't waste that, because the probability of us even being here, I don't even know that. It's so small. Because I don't know if you know how you're even conceived, but if you don't, look it up. Look up the possibility of a human being alive. So yeah. Anyways, I hope y'all got something out of this. If y'all enjoyed it, go ahead and just hit that like button, or even share it to other people that you think it'll serve. But also too, hit that subscribe button, because I would definitely like to build a community that I know that I'm helping to keep pushing these videos out. And even if I got low subscribers, that's okay. I'm just doing it for the love of the game. I love this. I love helping people. I love helping others. And yeah. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. And I'll see you on the next video.